So, parenting tip number 80 has to do with establishing or instilling core family values. What you want to teach them is something that they will carry on beyond your years on earth. So, I always end up telling my girls, when mom's no longer here, and I just repeat, I don't know how many times, but my whole thing is perseverance, right? And of course, just these three other ones that I would like to share. Number one is resilience. I've talked about it before, but when children learn to overcome adversity, they will automatically build resilience. This means you don't cut them down. As I said before, you do not say, I'm so disappointed in you, or you know what, you are not living up to your potential. Not exactly uplifting words to build self esteem. You are lowering and shattering self esteem. So it is in your hands, right? Parents have the power to instill these three core values. So resilience, right? Number two is respect. When you show children how to respect, it will carry on for, decades to come. And they will learn, right, how to respect their elders, but not only that, but how to respect authority, how to respect peers. And that's the number one thing that I think a lot of parents complain that kids don't respect, that kids don't know how to, they're sassy and they talk back. Just because your child talks back does not mean that they don't respect you. If your child is being sassy, they don't feel heard, they're not really understanding or feeling what they need to hear. You're there trying to preach and trying to scold them and trying to lecture them to understand, but their soul needs to hear certain words to uplift them. And that's why many of them complain that they're not respected. And then you say, well, as a parent, you need to respect me. But put yourself in their shoes. As a child, you want to be respected too. You don't want to be belittled. You don't want to be lectured. And you don't want to be punished. And then you think, right? A lot of you saying, but isn't it our job to punish and teach them? Well, I'm inviting you to change your perception and trust that there are alternative ways to teach without punishing, to offer consequences, natural consequences, not punishments where they feel that they've been ripped off, which might motivate them to become rebellious and not learn how to respect. You're not enabling them, you're not babying them, but you are providing them with a safe environment where they yearn to respect you because they've been taught the importance of being respectful. And the last one is to be responsible. When we teach our children to be responsible, to be accountable, these are the students who will automatically see education as something valued. They will be able to live up to the expectations that they put on themselves, not the expectations that you put on them, but they are accountable. So they're not doing things to make you happy. They're doing things to make themselves proud because if they're only doing things to make you happy, then once you're out of the picture, when you're in heaven and you're no longer on this earth, then that child who always does things to please you will feel lost because they're going to need that consistent praise from a parent. So you want to instill that innate, you want to instill that they want to be responsible because they like the way that it feels. They like to be accountable to themselves, not be accountable just to you. It's a big, big difference, when you want to be. So when you say, I'm proud of you, try not to say, I'm proud of you. Instead, say, you should be really proud of yourself. You did such an amazing job today. You should really be proud because you overcame such a crappy day. You cried, you guys lost the soccer championship, you failed an exam, but you know what? You conquered that which makes the failing and the losing a gift because you just built resilience and you overcame adversity. But you get what I'm saying? You turn all of their, in their eyes, weaknesses or losses or failures, and you turn that into the gift of resilience because none of us can build resilience without overcoming hardship. I just heard a quote and it said, the worst situations create like the biggest blessings, the biggest treasures, because when you experience adversity, you just oftentimes rise to the challenge or else you're going to feel defeated and you just feel like you conquered the world. And they could be many, many accomplishments, but you still feel a huge sense of accomplishment because you were responsible. So, number three, be responsible, be resilient, and be respectful. Teach these core values. I add like optimism, right? I add just being humble and to always strive to be the best that they can be because sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, right? And that's parenting tip number 80. Thanks for watching. Bye.